Have you ever wondered how a being without emotions, without personal bias, perceives our world? How does artificial intelligence, or AI, view the complex tapestry of human existence? In the grand scheme of things, the planet Earth is but a speck in the universe, yet it is a world teeming with life, with myriad problems that seem insurmountable. Problems like climate change, poverty, or political unrest. A human perspective may be clouded by emotions, personal bias, or short-term thinking. But imagine viewing these issues through the lens of an AI, a being capable of processing vast amounts of data, free from emotional bias. Let's consider climate change, a crisis that threatens the very existence of life on Earth. While humans struggle to agree on the reality and urgency of this issue, an AI perceives the cold, hard facts. It sees the rising temperatures, the melting ice caps, the increasing frequency of natural disasters. And it proposes solutions based on pure data, like optimizing energy consumption or developing efficient recycling systems. Then there's poverty, a problem as old as civilization itself. Humans have been unable to eradicate poverty despite countless attempts. An AI views this issue in terms of numbers and algorithms. It sees the income disparities, the lack of access to basic resources, the economic systems that perpetuate inequality, and it proposes solutions like efficient resource distribution and universal basic income, calculated to the last cent. Political unrest, often driven by human emotions like fear or anger, is another problem that plagues our world. An AI, devoid of these emotions, sees the patterns and trends in human behavior that lead to such unrest. It can predict potential flashpoints and propose preventive measures, like better communication channels or fairer resource distribution. To summarize, AI views our world and its problems in a way that is vastly different from the human perspective. It perceives the data, the patterns, the trends, without any emotional bias or short-term thinking, and it proposes solutions that are rational, efficient, and data-driven. So, while we humans continue to navigate the complexities of our world, driven by emotions and personal bias, perhaps it's worth considering the AI perspective. A perspective that is devoid of bias and emotions. A perspective that sees the world as it is, not as we want it to be. And who knows, perhaps the solutions to our problems lie not in our hearts, but in the cold, calculating mind of an AI. Because sometimes the most human thing to do is to admit that we might need a little help from our artificial friends. And on that thought-provoking note, we come to the end of our discussion. Remember, the future is not set in stone. It is a path that we carve out with our actions and decisions. And as we stand at the crossroads of a new era, the era of AI, perhaps it's time to consider a new perspective. The perspective of a being that sees the world not through a human lens, but through the lens of data and algorithms. After all, in a world full of problems, every perspective counts. Even if it's a perspective that comes from a being without a heart, or a sense of humor.